podcast. I am in Scottsdale at the Biltmore for the big Sotheby sale. So, I'm going to show you some cool stuff, review a few cars, and hopefully get a little bit of the auction action while we're here in town. It's a beautiful place, beautiful day, absolutely outstanding.
Sounds like a big black vet.
Yeah, it does. Boy, it sounds good. Shifts real nice too.
It's a great transmission. Sometimes they need a little bit of warming up, but when they're right, how many kilometers does it show? 46,000?
40, almost 47.
40, so just about 47. So what? 30,000-ish original miles. Yeah, it's a. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You guys got a vet with 32,000 original miles. You go, oh my gosh! But
this thing's badass.
It's worth every penny. And you know, there's a lot of good restored cars, but there's kind of nothing like one that's just been maintained properly and hasn't been all blown apart and then put back together. The factory stitching, the factory everything.
Open this thing up.
Yeah.
These darn speed bumps in a residential neighborhood.
It definitely wants to hit a freeway on-ramp, that's for sure.
Okay, so just finished driving this beautiful car. And I must say that was a ton of fun. I'll call out some neat things about it. So these little turn signals were added because of California law. Typically they're little circles, and those are included with the sale. When you buy these cars, they do not actually have side view mirrors included on them. And so this one, back in period, had an Italian style mirror added here, and then at some point it was taken off, and then these two side mirrors were added. The mirror that originally went here is included with the car as well, and it does have some aftermarket, more comfortable seats, which I did enjoy while I was driving it, and absolutely no issues noted. That was a fun car. Oh, I take that back. There was a little squeak at the end, possibly a little suspension squeak. That was a lot of fun. All right, it's day 2 of our Sotheby's in Scottsdale. Just had some great coffee from Scramble, which is really good. And so if you can see over here, we're unwrapping the cars, getting ready for the big auction. It's a beautiful day, as it typically is, apparently, here in Scottsdale. Some really cool cars coming up for auction, and you know, we'll have some fun with it. All right, here's the lineup of some of the cars this morning. Absolutely gorgeous morning here. I'm gonna take this little black 912 out for a customer here in a second, so we'll enjoy that. It's rare Apollo. Hey Jake, how you doing? Some beautiful and some rare cars. I love this Corvette right here. So it's a 63 split window, but what I love about it is it's a Fuelie and it's silver with red interior from the factory. Just perfect color combination. You can't ask for anything more from a 63 split window. Nice 512. Little Maserati, race car, and what about this? What a great color for this FJ. Great color. All right, we're unwrapping some of these cars here today. Love the 550, 575, whatever that is. Got to get them looking pretty. And all the really fancy cars over here. Let's look over the edge here. Got a little Jag. This is a Ferrari 275 GTB. I think it's largely unrestored, which is pretty crazy when you look in the interior. There's that Mercedes from yesterday. It sunk back down. Got a nice 300 SL. Now this is a special Porsche. I think the estimate's 1.35 factory racer, and it was restored by Canepa, and it was part of the, I think it was the Bruce McCall collection out of the Northeast. So great provenance on this car. This is a private sale car, so it's not actually being auctioned today. So it's a 2.7 RSH 1973. We saw that car yesterday. You see over here we got the lineup of Porsches, Carrera GT, 917, 959, the big hitters. This Jag right here, that's the factory color. Biscuit interior, Citroën. Look at this beautiful Alpha. Great 60s color. This for a Mustang, you would call that springtime yellow. I don't know what the Alpha name is for that beautiful yellow. Now these cars are appreciating a lot. The 560 SLs. This is low mileage example, less than 10,000 miles. I think the estimate's, I don't know, 80 to, let's see, $80,000 to $100,000. Nice 456 Ferrari. Nice hot rod Mercedes. You got obviously the Magma PI car. Love those. And we're finishing up here. Got a nice little DeLorean over there. Hey, look at that Nissan. Oof, that's sweet. And then I've said this many times, these Mercedes-Benz SLSs will never go down in price. If you want one, now's the time to get it. I would call this an investment grade car. The Gullwings were recently accepted into the, I don't know what it's called, but the classic Gullwing Rally. So you can now take these cars on the rally with the classic Gullwings. I think that's a big deal because only certain cars are eligible, and until this year or last year, these have not been eligible, but now they are, which will only increase the value on these. This one is offered $225,000 to $275,000. It's got the red interior. I'm not crazy about the kind of matte paint job. Wonderful Porsche there. And then you can see we got all the big Porsches here, the 959, the 918, the Carrera GT, great Mercedes convertible, Jag, and then a nice little 280 SL. Cool stuff. We'll see you in the auction. All right, might as well get the other cars that I kind of alluded to that are on the other side of the hedge. Here's that Ferrari 275, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then this
might have to buy it, put it in your collection.
This is a Jag I could probably afford. Well, let's take a look at this one. This one really interests me because it's such a rare, beautiful car. And if you open it, you can see it is worn. I mean, look at this. Look at the seats. They got duct tape on the seats. But it's pure and it's amazing. I mean, it's original body panels. I don't know all the specs to this car, but it's $1.5 to $2 million. So typically these trade, you know, a little higher than that. So you could actually do a full restoration on this car by a noted expert and not be upside down in it. Another beautiful Ferrari. Boy, look at the sun here. Trying to keep it so the sun's not right in our faces. Look how beautiful. What a setup right here. It's beautiful Lancia. 900 to 1.2. I mean, look at this color. Let's look inside here. I don't know that I would fit. Early 356. Hiding behind the tree here, but it's a gorgeous Gullwing. Oh, look at this interior on this car. This is 1.45. So what's cool about these, you have to press it like this, and then you pull it like this, and you open it like this. I mean, incredible interior. Now what's interesting about these, see if I can point it out here. It's actually two horns. It's one of these buttons somewhere over here. Then you got another horn over there, which is kind of interesting. And then the wheel, you see this little knobber right here? You turn that and the wheel actually flips up like this. So larger folks can get in. And then typically you have the luggage back here. I'm sure we have it. All right, let's shut this thing. I don't want to forget my coffee cup. Oh, look at a little birdie up there. Hey, buddy. Let's get my coffee. All right, let's look at these last few cars in the blazing sun. If you listen to my podcast, I talked about this one and I cannot pronounce it correctly. I think it's one of 11, but this is the prototype car. And we're selling an NFT to go along with it. Sietza Moroder V16. So it's really crazy. The V16's kind of turned sideways in here. And if it looks like a Lamborghini, like it looks like a Diablo door, and it looks like a Diablo front end, I don't remember the story, but I believe it was one of the designers of the Diablo was involved with this car. So this is 900 to 1.2 million. This is a car we'd be nervous driving for sure. It's one of one. It's the prototype car. It's the only one that has that name in bold chrome. Then V16, blinding sun. V16 Cadillac Sports Phaeton. There's Zach. You got the Duesenberg. All right, Zach, we're filming.
You're filming? Are you on live right now?
I'm not on live.
Oh, I thought maybe you were
Here,
on live.
turn around so I can see you. All right, what's your favorite car here? No pressure.
I love this Duesenberg.
Oh my gosh, this is a
Because
great
I've
one.
driven it too. I think that's probably why. And it's just a phenomenal driving car. Steering's tight, brakes are dialed in, the engine runs so perfect. Because RM did a great job with it.
Oh, they restored it. Okay.
Yeah, they restored it.
Nice. Great colors.
Oh, the colors are awesome.
Yeah, I know this is a stellar example. Thanks, man.
I'm great.
You have a good day.
You too.
Now here's the showstopper. This is the alloyed gull-wing car. So gull-wings are, 1.5, now hitting 2. But this is, I think the estimate on this one is 6 or 7 million to 9 million. Yeah, 7 to 9 million. Reason being is this is one of 29 of the early cars that's an alloyed car. And when they realized they were going to make more than they originally planned, they said, we got to change how we manufacture these. So they became steel-bodied cars. So very rare, one of 29. And then the last car is the Spider. So the Daytona Spider. Fascinating comparing these cars to the coupe non-Spider version. So the non-Spiders are 500 to 650 or so. But if it's a real Spider, as this one is, it is 2.4 to 2.8. So there's only 121 real Spiders built, and this is one. But it's rare that you see a convertible worth 4x what the coupe is worth. Now this has the really cool Daytona seats. I would love to drive this car. I know that from what I've read, they don't drive, there's nothing special about them under 20 miles an hour. But once you start getting your speed up, they drive great. And they're wonderful cars. And obviously they're beautiful cars. All right, so that's the end of this morning's walkthrough. Inside there, you can see Jera, some of our office staff getting ready for the day. So hopefully I'll see you in a Porsche 912 here shortly. Okay, I just got out of the RM Sotheby's interest meeting, and I'm going to show you the top 6 cars, at least from an initial interest level, and there'll be some surprising ones on here. All right, so no surprise here, a lot of interest on this car. GT2 RS, this is a future collectible for sure. 2001, estimates 450 to 500. All right, let's go to the next one. And how do I gauge interest? It's mostly by, hey, how many people have called inquiring about said car. So this is the next one, the 912. Hopefully I'll have a little video here shortly of me driving this. So this is the 4-cylinder 911, quote unquote 911, called the 912. This one started right up and was really, really cool. All right, here's another car that has a lot of interest. Regular 560 SL. This one is low mileage. I believe it's under 10,000 miles. Estimate here is 80 to 100. So you don't find these that often with such low mileage. To me, the colors don't really pop. I know where there's a teal and brown interior one with 6,000 miles on it. So we'll see. These have been trending up a lot lately. It used to be if it was a 100,000 mile car, it was worth 10 grand, and if it was a 10,000 mile car, it was worth 100 grand. So we'll see if that holds true today, or if it goes over the 100 mark, and if so, by how much. This is a super special Ferrari, high dollar Ferrari, $1 million car, and it has shown quite a bit of interest as well. So I will recap all these at the end, kind of compare them to maybe what the estimate was and what the car actually sold for. So I don't know if you can tell, but this is a beautiful dark blue. No real surprise here. A lot of interest in our premier car for this sale, the Gullwing alloyed, one of 29 ever made. So these just don't come up for sale very often, and so that would make sense why this thing is so desirable and garnering a lot of interest. All right, so this is it. This is the car, believe it or not, that showed the most interest. Really cool, interesting. Not my cup of tea, personally. 94 Bentley Continental convertible. So if you like these cars, you might want to get one now. So the estimate here is 140 to 160. We'll see what it ends up actually getting. All right, just walking back to my hotel room, and I came across this cool beast, custom built Monterosa. Interesting build. You can see it's based on a Lambo, looks like.
We're in Santa Ana.
Yep, we got the Lambo engine. Cool build.
Thank you. Very cool. So if I drag her up here on.
Look at that.
Enjoy the weekend. Yeah, thanks. Different. It's totally different. All back. It's a blast. All back. How's it going? Yeah.
Cool.
So you see the little thing right there in the upper left.
This is a cool moment. The owner is showing a teenager, showing off his Lexus LFA to a teenager. There's no better way to get car enthusiasts, for next generation car enthusiasts, other than doing this. Now I would be shocked if he lets him rev the engine, because if I were a teenager and someone let me rev this engine, I don't know what would happen. Probably blow up the engine. Pretty cool. Oh, nice little. Oh, that does sound good. Wow.
That was only 4 or 5. 5 grand.
Wow.
And red line's at what? 9,200. 9,200.
Hit 93. All right, so that was 5,000 RPMs. It goes up to 9,200 RPMs.
9,500 RPMs.
Wow. All right.
That's where the electronic shuts off the ignition.
How about one more? Woo! I'm being asked to drive this 512 for a potential buyer. Honestly, I've never driven a 512, and we'll see how it goes. Manual shift. This is the last of the analog cars. If you go back to my podcast from, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months ago, you'll know I think the analog supercars are the ones to buy right now. And this is one that falls within that category. Let's check it out.
The gated manual, oh my god.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if we'll get in second or third gear on this short, maybe. All right, which car would you rather have, the one in front of us or the one we're driving?
What do you think?
Yeah. Got the gated shifter down here. Woo! That's what it's all about. This is a gated
Oh,
shifter,
yeah.
you know? You gotta make sure I don't plow across some golf carts. Sounds great.
It does sound
You know,
great.
you gotta love the, this is it. This is the gated shifter in Ferrari, you know?
It's one thing a lot of cars don't have that Ferrari does have. And it's just like amazing.
Well, and one thing is analog supercars that are 6-speed, 5-speed, that era is done.
Yeah.
You know, so if you
It's
want
all
one,
automatic.
yeah, and you got to get one of these.
It's
You know?
really sad.
Yeah.
It's not that. It still sounds good.
I think it sounds better than the LFA.
You're lying to yourself.
No.
Yes. Yeah, no. I'm sorry.
It sounds better on the startup.
Okay, never mind. LFA didn't get that high though.
Thanks, Greg.
So this has been very fun. Nice little thing about being a car specialist. You never know what you're going to drive next. So I drove the black Ferrari 512. You probably just saw that video. And then we started up this Carrera GT, revved it quite a bit, and then drove that 959 down there, which that was a treat. So you never know. All right, the cars are moving, getting ready to go in for the auction. Countdown 15 minutes. This is when everybody grabs a drink, has a good time, enjoys the cars, enjoys the company, and we'll let the craziness begin. Fun stuff. All right, we are about to start. This is my bidding spot right here. See a little celebrity in the house. I got Wayne Carini back there. Hey, Wayne.
We are, of course, delighted to return to the Ritz-Carlton as the official auction house. I think pretty much the undoubted star of the auction today, the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL alloy gullwing. It is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to acquire the ultimate 300 SL gullwing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you get $5 million to start it. $5 million where?
There are only, well, there were only 24 built in 1955. This is almost certainly the best example of those that remain.
That's $6 million. $6,250,000. $6 million one. $6 million two. Brand new bidder. $6 million one. $6 million two. $6 million one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's selling tonight. The automobile is selling tonight. We're at $6 million two. $6 million three. We're going to count it down at $6,300,000 going once. $6 million two. $6,300,000 going twice. Does anybody else want to do it? $6,300,000 third and final call. $6,300,000 sold. $6,200,000.
So I am exhausted. We have got 7 cars left, and I will be done soon. And I'm looking forward to it. I need a beer. This is a cool car. We've got 6 cars left. A little hint here. When you see the car specialist standing over there, it means they got a telephone bidder. So the more car specialists standing, the more bidders are on the phone. So if you want to see some action, just keep an eye on those guys. Okay, the cars were stored overnight, and they are awaiting transport to all their new owners. So this is quite the garage full of cool cars here. I don't know, I'll walk all of it. Excuse me. The dry air is... I'm losing my voice from screaming last night, and the dry air is... Oh, we gotta look at the Duesenberg while we're here. No crazy stories last night that I'm aware of. Everything went pretty smoothly. We had 95% sell-through rate. We'll see if that holds. If anything, it should go up if we sell one or two more. I think we had 4 cars that did not sell last night. I think it was a record for Arizona, almost $44 million in one night. Pretty insane. There's the star of the show right there. Love that Jag. This Jag is factory colors. Isn't that cool? The bright yellow Shelby went for, I think, $135 charity. This is one of the no sales, this hot rod. And this surprised me because this is probably about a $400,000 build 10 years ago. It's just absolutely gorgeous, so hopefully that one will get sold. This is that crazy supercar. This is somebody's Nissan. It was not in the sale. This Lamborghini is quite special. In talking with the specialist, it's not perfect, but great color combinations, and it only needs about $10,000 to $15,000 worth of work to get to Concours standard. So I say only $10,000 to $15,000, but when you're talking about a car that sold for $400 and something thousand, that's not a lot of money. Now, a couple interesting things here. This is the 512 I took for a ride, and they did get this car, which was exciting because the son was videotaping me. They did get this car. Now, this car broke all sorts of records, I believe. The estimate was like $400 to $550, and it sold for well over $600,000. Another car that surprised everyone, let's see, was this little 190 SL. Typically these sell for $110 to $140, and this one went over $300,000. Now, I haven't had a chance to look at it very well, but I want to understand it is like the best in the world. So a full-on restoration on one of these cars, because of the scarcity of parts, the complexity of design, all that kind of stuff, a full Concours restoration on one of these is, you know, $150,000. It's crazy. So that's amazing. That's a world record price there. And then here's the Porsche 959. This one, I think I went for 1.5, so it went pretty high. This one went pretty high as well. I can't keep track of all of them, but it was quite an amazing and exciting night. There's the private sale 911, and then the big old Pullman. So super successful, really fun. All right, just got back to the hotel, the Biltmore, and you can see the cars are being loaded up. There's that nice Gullwing, and headed out. Got a Ferrari up there, the AC Cobra, little cart, and headed out to their new owners' homes. Unfortunately, none of these are going to my house. It is the last day in Arizona for me, so what else am I going to do but jump in a Jeep and go into the desert, and I will be on one of these. Peak Jeep Tour. Pretty cool. I got a bunch of them. Yeah, should be fun. Okay, I'm at the waiting center for the Pink Jeep Tour, and let's see if you can see these boulders here. So apparently on the far right we have Snoopy laying down, and then up top we have Lucy from Charlie Brown, and then the one on the left is everything from Elmer Fudd to an old man laying down to even Jay Leno. And I know I'm missing a few of them, but those are the ones I can remember. Oh, and Woodstock. Woodstock is on Snoopy's nose, apparently.
Spelled on, okay? Did they tell you to put your phone in airplane mode?
Ugh.
So you don't drain your battery. So, Dad, I'm going to have you sit behind me on that side. And then, son, and I'll talk a little bit about some of the plants and the trees that we have here in our forest. And we're going to do some off-roading. How's that sound? Right on. So this district up here that we're making sure
Me money. Me money, Barfy.
Go that way.
Go. Going right up. What do you think?
You think we're crazy, Dan?
All right, we just made it up the big gulch. Now, so we're about halfway. So, since my podcast is all about cars, let's talk about this Jeep. So they apparently totally re-outfit this. They break it down when they get it, stiffen the frame, all sorts of crazy stuff. And the further back you sit, the bumpier the ride. And guess where I'm sitting? I'm sitting way back there. So, it's been a blast. And we're halfway done.
Thanks for watching the Collector Car Podcast on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, and don't forget, we have a new podcast episode releasing every Thursday.